about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome to Sports Orbit. Thank God it's Friday. Salifu Usman is here with me, and I'm your host, Afa Acho. Salifu, once again, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you.
As we all know, finally, Nigeria's opponent in the round of 16 is now out. Yesterday, all the group games were completed and the pairings have come out, and Nigeria is going to face Tunisia on Sunday by 8 p.m. And a lot of Nigerians have been indifferent about it. Some Nigerians felt we should have met Malawi, but a lot of other Nigerians also feel that looking our head-to-head against Tunisia, we have a better record against Tunisia. Salifu, looking ahead of that game, would you have preferred we drew against Malawi or Tunisia, or anything would have just been fine by you?
Well, like I was discussing with a colleague yesterday when the match between Algeria and Gambia and Tunisia was very good. So when the score is Tunisia, I was so happy, and one of them said, "Oh, you might be happy that we are proved that we might limit Tunisia." I said, "No, the hallmark of a being champion is to should not face any." So, and the way the Super Eagles have started is happening so far. Every other team in the competition, I don't fear any Super Eagles. So Super Eagles stand fear no anybody. So in this competition, so there's no even need. I said there's no any point even choosing who to play. I think Super Eagles have demonstrated so far that any other person, if you're right, even if Argentina is in this competition, or Brazil is playing this competition, or you say, or if they play in this competition, I don't think Super Eagles have played anybody so far. And just like you say, Tunisia has never been a threat in Nigeria, threat against Nigeria, although they may have had a couple of better results against Nigeria. But if you look at it head to head so far, at the last AFCON, we beat them in the semi-final. And then at last AFCON,
The third place match.
we beat them in the third place match. And I also remember even at the 2006 Africa Cup of Nations, also beat them in the semi-final.
Yeah.
And that is when Tunisia was Tunisia then. So, and if you're looking at the performance of Tunisia in this competition so far, I don't think they are not too big for tasking. Although you may not judge the team by by what they have played so far at this preliminary round, because the team that's stronger in the preliminary round, they get tougher when you get to the years when you go to the knockout stage. But going by the way, looking at the Tunisia so far, I don't think Super Eagles stand anything to fear against Tunisia, because I've not seen them too fantastic. 3 matches, only managed to win one, lost to Mali, and also lost to Gambia. So they only beat Mauritania. So I don't think there's nothing to fear about Tunisia. And I'm also pity for Tunisia. As if you look at that squad, it's not a good thing. I wish all the players that they have been hit. They have the highest scoring record in the AFCON. It's almost about 12 players of the club that they are down with COVID. We wanted to back before the match on Sunday, so that we don't have any give any excuse because we are defeated because of COVID.
Absolutely. And also, the tie against Tunisia is expected to be a repeat of the bronze medal match at AFCON 2019 in Egypt, where Dion Igalo's goal confirmed Super Eagles' third place. Also, Austin Aguavon also in his first coming as Eagles coach in 2006. We also met Tunisia. The match finished 1-1, but we went ahead to win 6-5 on penalties. Still looking ahead to that game. Interim coach Austin Eguavon has come out to say that he's expecting a tough battle against Tunisia. Just like we've played in other matches, he expects that Tunisia will also come out blazing, hoping that Tunisia will also give the Super Eagles a good fight and a run for their money in the round of 16. Don't forget that when it comes to the knockout stage, teams tend to play better no matter how they perform in the group stages. Salifu, I think Eguavon is only being realistic here.
Yes, there's nothing coming from being realistic in this competition. Because definitely, just like you say, a team, this is a knockout stage, there's no second chance. So no matter all you have, you do all you have in all your arsenal to ensure that you come out top. Unlike a group stage, okay, well, let's be managing. If I get draw, I still get a point, get a corner progress. But in the knockout stage, there's nothing like that. You must win. If you wanted to win the competition, you must win the match. So definitely every team at this stage now is very straight and it's very dangerous for everything is coming. All you need to do is just keep your calm, keep your concentration, and focus on the game and plan. So, but if you look at this based on performance, I think Tunisians are more worried about Nigeria. Yeah. Although Babo is very realistic, okay, that it's going to be a top battle. I think it's going to be a top battle. Tunisians came to this game. Also, as also in title contender, so there's no need to overrate them. There's no need to look down upon them. And remember, the North African, they are always very to welcome people to the game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Tunisia, North African side, they're always very tricky. They play almost like Europeans. So, but I expect that it's going to be a tough encounter. But I really expect the Super Eagles to emerge tops in that one. Still moving on from that, and now still on Austin Eguavon. This time, the NFF is actually considering appointing interim coach Austin Eguavon as the permanent manager of the Super Eagles. And clearly, this is down to his, so far performances in the AFCON. Like they say, when you do well, sometimes your performance speaks for yourself. We all remember that going into this AFCON, there are lots of skeptics. Is Eguavon going to perform well? Since his last time out, leading Nigeria onto the AFCON, what has he gone? What big sides has he gone on to coach and all of that? So they're skeptical and all of that. So I'm sure it was part of that skepticism that even made the NFF to give him this job on an interim basis. But looking at his performance so far, the NFF are gradually beginning to have a rethink and say that, look, if the team is playing well, if we are getting results, why not stick to this man who has brought some sort of new hope, new optimism again to the Super Eagles. I remember shortly before Gennad Brown left, a lot of Nigerians were very, very angry with the way the Super Eagles, I for one, I even stopped watching some of the Eagles matches, sorry to say, because the performance, even in case in matches where we win, the performance was simply not inspiring at all. But Eguavon in just 3 matches has come to turn all that around, and the NFF are beginning to have a routine.
Yeah, Eguavon is a very lucky coach. He has bring the grammar of the Super Eagles, and everybody is now. You can imagine the last match against the Guinea-Bissau. On the somewhere, so but the match was 84. Those who everybody was trying to rush. You can see that no matter if you're from AY to Maraba as around 6 to 7, you see the strong blow on the whole. Everybody want to rush to go, unlike before, just for to go and watch Super Eagles, because they have so as Super Eagles. The name Super Eagles have gradually returned to one of the excitement has brought back into the team. And then if you're looking at what the performance of Austin Eguavon, even as when he was Super Eagles coach in 2006, Eguavon didn't do badly.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah.
But the only thing that dented the image of Eguavon as a coach, it was when he came to Nigeria to coach a local team. He went to Bombay, get the team relegated. Not every team he tried to manage the local, he was never successful. And you can attribute him to certain factors in the Nigerian team. So it may not actually blaming on his competency. Yeah. And at the same time, the only time he also has a fault in the national when they give him Olympic team, that was That was 2010 when he couldn't qualify Nigeria for the 2012 Olympic football event. So when he went to Morocco for a playoff and he couldn't succeed. These are some of the dark colors black in the football coaching career. Even as a super ego coach, when he was a super ego coach, you can't say even when the team finished at the top, second round of the league. You can't say it's a bad performance. But even the team, just like they are playing, they won all their matches. Not that they were unlucky in the semi-final match against Cote d'Ivoire when they lost to Cote d'Ivoire in the semi-final match. Simple. Everyone has been very, very fantastic. And even the goal scored by the Didi was a controversial, but that goal of the still question, you remember vividly. So, and if NFF decided to now consider, because there's no need dropping. All you are looking for is what? I listened to one of the interview with when Amadu Pinnick has a meeting with some of the sport journalists in Lagos, and he told them, saying, if I have that they have their plan, if I have somebody who will be guaranteed to give me AFCON trophy, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind make a change in the next because all I want somebody who will give me AFCON trophy. So they said that you know, asking him, are you still coach? He said, no, if I have somebody who is going to give me AFCON trophy, I will not take twice before I get that person. But now, a ball, even what we are looking down for, have now either will win or not. So far, Super Eagles have stamped their authority as one of the African best in the continent. So definitely, if they now begin to think towards him, to me, it's not a bad idea. It's a good idea. And how small the certain Jose Pesero that have been named, we don't even know what he has to do. And if you're looking at his CV, to me, his CV is not. His CV cannot even compare to a Baba CV. Because that guy has nothing on his CV. If you have to appoint him based on his the credential and what he has done with it before, but I don't see anything the Portuguese Pesero has done to deserve to be able to handle his fighting. It's like one of the journeys. I see him as one of the journeymen who will come to Africa to take our money away. So why not settle them? I'm 100% in support of the idea that let a Baba V.
Not like even an NFF official who decided not to be named actually even said, yes, we had a verbal. He actually agreed that we had a verbal discussion. We contracted this man, but he's yet to sign the contract. So nothing has been concluded. So that is why he was actually prevented from even coming for the AFCON. Initially, the plan was that you come and observe the team in AFCON, but the NFF felt there was no point for him to come out because some even felt that his coming would even be a distraction.
Yes.
Because the players now, who do you even play to impress? You have an interim coach, then you have another someone up there who is watching over you. And another thing is, like some analysts have said, the NFF, I think, made a huge mistake. If they were too quick in making too hasty, fine, you sacked Raw. You should have even said, okay, I want come and handle this team on an interim basis after the AFCON, we'll assess you, then we'll see where to go from here. But within days of sacking Raw, you are now someone, and now we are getting to even discuss that you didn't even sign a contract with him. So it means he doesn't even have the job. You don't employ people verbally. He has to have a valid contract running.
You know, it's just like a lot of Nigerians, NFL, their second name is mistake. Their own decisions always come to hurt them. And there are people who they don't even think why they don't take the decision. And every several almost of the decision they think always come down to hurt them. And this is one of the things. Even the decision to employ the draw, even though they couldn't come out properly to admit, they think it was you hook them for them. Because they saw that draw was a totally mistake. So the NFL decision is always coming back to hurt them. And this is one of the examples we are not talking. You are not someone on the interview. You don't even allow him to even play a match. Yes, you say we are not another coach.
Right, we still have so much in store for you as we
remember that. Okay,
we'll come back. Yeah, we still have so much in store for you. We'll look at other group pairings in the round of 16 and so many other interesting stories. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that short break. You're still on to Sports Orbit, reaching you from the Leadership Podcast Studio. Before we went on that break, we were still talking about Guabon and the mistake NFF made by quickly announcing a new coach instead of waiting for the AFCON, for him to even take the boys to the AFCON and assess him based on that.
Yeah, what I was trying to add is that they have also come out to us that they're not going to end salary in this competition. So, and one thing that a lot of Nigerians, because yesterday was some people were talking on that, some people said that they should pay him the salary they were paying him, they were wrong. And it means that why Nigerians are even poor more than they should pay him exactly what they were paying him. And when it is obvious that Obama is not going to earn anything as a salary. Why on the duty as AFCON on the duty of AFCON, you only entitled to match winning bonus. But these are some of the things. So those that I'm not used to these are people to talk to Babo families and the Babo fans who will be hoping that by the time Babo come back from AFCON to become with a lot of dollars. Please don't expect anything from Babo because it's not any salary at the AFCON. It's only entitled to his a bigger salary that it was earning as a.
What they said was you'll be paid, you'll be entitled to allowances.
Yes, allowances, but the general was earning salary, also earning allowance.
No, that's understandable. He hasn't been given the job completely, so you can say, okay, by the time they eventually give him a job, it will come with salary. But for the sake of the AFCON, you're going to pay, although we don't know details of how much you'll be earning in the allowances. Anyway, away from that, and as a result of the good showing of the Super Eagles at the 2021 AFCON, it's no surprise that in the latest FIFA rankings, the Eagles have moved up a couple of, how many spots now? To about 31st now in the world. And I think at the last distance, we're about 34th. Yeah. So we are now 31st in the world and 3rd in Africa. So far, Nigeria is the only team to have a 100% record in the group stage of AFCON 2021. Some improvements you see here.
But what I know that this performance in AFCON so far affecting this ranking, because this ranking we're seeing was the ranking from the previous month.
Yeah, from the report we got here, if some of it is attributed. So because if it was the previous month, Super Eagles didn't do any spectacular thing previous month. So I really don't understand the rationale for the ranking too myself.
Well, because sometimes FIFA rankings, sometimes there's the politicians who are in the sport have come to use. Even though I remember during the era of Sadiq, if you ask one of his greatest achievements was that during his era, Super Eagles were ranked number 9 in the world. He keep on up to today, keep on hammering that. And at the same time, people have started to identify that ranking also determine whenever you're going for you also determine where your city for a draw. So definitely it is a good improvement that Super Eagles are moving up. So by the time at the end of the competitions, by the time we win the cup, we won the AFCON title, which player we are strongly hoping that we are going to win. It will come down to one of the top 20 in the world.
Right, away from that and on to some AFCON results from the matches that I played yesterday. The round of the first group stage matches were all completed yesterday, and a couple of interesting results came through from those encounters. Of course,
Gambia beat Tunisia 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
Remember that Cote d'Ivoire beat Algeria
completely. Algeria 3-1. And Equatorial Guinea 1-0 winners over Sierra Leone. Gambia, of course, 1-0 over Tunisia. Tunisia were hoping to grab all 3 points in that one to at least finish second in the group, but it was not to be. They're lucky to still finish as best, one of the 4 best losers there. It was Mali 2-0 over Mauritania, as expected. I mean, yeah, Mauritania completely have been the whipping boys in, not just in that group, but I think in the competition.
In the competition, all their three matches. Even at least something, no matter how team managed to get a draw, Ghana managed to get a draw, Tunisia, Australia, the holders, the defending champion who has been sent back in Rome, also managed to get a draw. And one of the surprising results yesterday, like I told you yesterday, although I didn't get my prediction right, I see Algeria going home. Then Algeria, they are entered the competition. Was very surprising because everybody expected. I particularly think Algeria that they are going to be a very tough competitor. I see them. I always think before the competition, I will see them Algeria and Senegal as the top team for the competition. But unfortunately, Algeria, as we are picking out, they are already obvious.
In fact, as of this morning, Mahrez was already at the airport on the plane back to Man City, hoping that he was going to even play in this weekend game. It's just like the case of Partey. Someone said Partey has been knocked out of 2 competitions in 2 different continents in the space of how many days?
No, he played against Liverpool.
He did, and he has been knocked out of the competition. Of course, he played and actually got a booking, a red card in that match.
He carried the in-law from Ghana to go and affect us.
Exactly. So they said, how can you be knocked out of 2 competitions on 2 different continents in the space of just less than 1 week? So really a sad one.
Unfortunately, but I said them Mahrez and every other thing they have to. If I'm in their show, there's no need to enter because you can understand. You can understand because the athlete fans will definitely get on there and they have to be for their players. Because if any of them will go to just to go together, they will be a big cry for that.
Because everybody is surprised what actually went wrong with the Algerian team at the AFCON. This is a team that just won the Arab Cup just less than 2 weeks ago.
A team that he has been consistent, going 35 months unbeaten.
They completely capitulated. Nobody can explain what actually happened to Algeria in this AFCON.
Honestly, if you don't watch them against Cote d'Ivoire yesterday, Cote d'Ivoire was so outclassed
completely.
And they said, even Mahrez missed penalty.
Yeah.
After sending the goalkeeper in the wrong way, but still missed the penalty.
So sad that the reigning champions have been actually dumped out of this competition, and any hope of them even winning the title is now dead and buried. We're still on to AFCON. Like we told you at the beginning of the show, some couple of round of 16 fixtures will be coming up this weekend. And of course, like we told, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be up against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. It will be Guinea versus Gambia, Burkina Faso versus Gabon, Egypt. Sorry. Fixtures. But we all know it's going to be Tunisia versus Nigeria. Cameroon are going to face Comoros. So here they are. Then Senegal versus Cape Verde Island. Morocco will be up against Malawi. Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt. This is also going to be a very, very a tough match. You know, the Mali versus Equatorial Guinea. Salifu, looking at these fixtures, a lot of mouth-watering pictures here.
But yes, mouth-watering pictures indeed. But if you have to pick who will be likely to progress to the last round of 8, the quarter-final match, first and foremost, I'll say Nigeria has a better chance. At least Nigeria has a chance, almost 70% against Tunisia to progress. If you come down to Cameroon also has almost 80%. 80% against Comoros to progress to the next round. Senegal's Cape Verde will get dicey.
Dicey because Cape Verde have shown some character, shown that they are not excited to be underrated.
I hope that Senegal will progress to the next round. I hope if they up their game. And I see Mali versus Morocco. Ordinary on the paper, you say Morocco, that's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game, but so far Malawi, yes, they have shown some level of performance, but I don't see them have to stand in Morocco. Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, strongly. If you have to join by the action of the first round of the match, I see Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire has almost 65% or let's say 60% to 40% for Egypt. And Mali, Equatorial Guinea is going to be a top cracker. Equatorial Guinea are going to be surprised in this competition. They beat Egypt, so they beat Egypt. They can also hope that okay, they can also play against Mali and get the result. But definitely, if I have to put my money, I will settle with Mali. I will settle with Mali for the final. So
Also, the game Guinea versus Gambia is too close call. That
it's going
to be a very tough game.
I will not make any mistake.
Yeah.
We won't make any prediction
in that one.
That definitely is going to be a tough
That's
one.
going to be a very dicey
Burkina
encounter.
Faso and Gabon is
Also,
it's
yes,
very
yes,
too
yes,
it's also very too close.
If you can decide
I
to,
say it's 50-50. Anybody can progress. Gambia, Guinea, 50-50. Anybody can progress. Nigeria, Tunisia, I would say Nigeria have 70% chances. Cameroon has 80% chance against Comoros. Senegal, Cape Verde, I would say 55 for Senegal. Cape Verde will have 45 chances to progress to Grand. Morocco definitely have 60%. Malawi 40% of chances. Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, I will give Cote d'Ivoire 45%, while Egypt will have 45% of chance of progressing. And if you come to Mali, Equatorial Guinea, I think Mali and Equatorial Guinea, Mali will definitely progress.
Yeah.
So they'll have 55% chances of progress, while Equatorial Guinea has 45%.
all right, we'll keep an eye on all those fixtures during the weekend, and away from that, straight on to transfer window where Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia are prepared to convert the entire wages of Arsenal star Aubameyang. Recall that Arsenal have been trying to offload him, but Al Hilal are hoping to take him on loan till the end of the season. Well, away from that, quickly, yesterday there was also the Carabao Cup where second leg semi-final where it was Liverpool versus Arsenal, but it ended 2-0 in favor of Liverpool. A lot of Arsenal fans had hoped that Arsenal were going to be able to, do something spectacular in that one. Judging by the first game they played away at Anfield with 10 men and played a goalless draw with Liverpool, and Liverpool came to the Emirates yesterday and 2 goals from Diogo Jota was enough for Liverpool to book a ticket to the final where they will be up against Chelsea. So quickly, why I asked you for predictions yesterday, you said you hardly find it hard to predict Arsenal matches.
I told you yesterday, I say I have to go Arsenal, you can't take Arsenal to market and see what you can say. Because Arsenal, you can't put your money on Arsenal. Because when they raise your hope, the next thing they will leave you completely down on earth. So that is the style of Arsenal has moved. Even when they get a draw, even with them play against Liverpool at Anfield, people are hoping that they do that. I said, no. I said, forget it. Arsenal has a character that you can never back on them. If you back on Arsenal, you are lost. And yet, you keep to my word as yesterday. I do that much at Emirates Stadium.
Very, very strong, really. I actually expected Arsenal to put up a good fight, at least take the game to Liverpool since they're playing at home, but the story turned out to be different.
Arsenal home has never been a home to Arsenal. Anybody can come to Arsenal home and let it. Even the minor teams that come to Liverpool. So unlike some clubs, the ones that play at home, they're always comfortable or getting stuff. Arsenal, you can never have your money and say you can put in Arsenal that we're going to live.
All right, away from that and onto this weekend, there'll also be some EPL fixtures this weekend. Let's have a look at those fixtures. Recall that this will be week 24 of the EPL. And of course, this weekend it will be Watford versus Norwich. Everton will be up against Aston Villa. Brentford will host Wolves. Leeds United will travel to St. James Park to Hope will be at home. Well, against Newcastle, Man United will welcome West Ham. Man City will travel to St. Mary's to play Southampton. It will be Burnley at the Emirates against Arsenal. Crystal Palace will host Liverpool. Leicester City will be at home to Brighton, while on Sunday it will be Tottenham versus Chelsea in the London Derby. This will be the third time these two teams will be meeting in the last 2 weeks. So quickly.
Well, fantastic future for this weekend, and at the same time, even while the African football fans are having their minds in Cameroon. So you can also have
keep
some
an eye
keep
on
what happened because a lot of Africans are fans of most of this English sport. So let's say when they have interesting machine to put their money on, and at the same time, even those who are going to the betting, you have a better chance of making money this weekend, but they are very interesting class where you can put your money on. I'll see for the choir, and if I go ask me, the top class of this one, just like say it will be not the London Derby between Chelsea and Tottenham will be a mouth-watering crash. But those just like those teams have placed in the last 2 weeks, 1 2 times, and that is going to be a tough time for them. Let's see how it's going to be, but at the same time, Chelsea are not in the best mood at the moment. They keep on dropping points. But I hope that they should be able to get it done against Tottenham this time, because as they keep on dropping the toy, and while Man City keep on gaining from the ball because they are dropping.
The gap is just expanding.
Yeah, keep on widening.
Right, viewers, that's where we call it a day on today's and this week's episode of Sports Orbit. Remember that during the weekend, of course, on Sunday, the Super Eagles will be up against Tunisia in one of the knockout matches. And we all know that this time around, it's either you win or you go home. So, but we hope that we'll come back there.
We are not ready to welcome.
No, at all. No, they are not welcome yet. I mean, yes, they're still exactly. They are still needed in Cameroon. They have more something to do in Cameroon, so they should stay and complete the job that they started in Cameroon. When it's time for us to welcome them, we'll welcome them. Once again, thanks for being with me in the studio today.
Thank you, and also go out there and support their games. The match is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, viewers, that's where we call it a day today until we come your way on Monday with another exciting and wonderful episode of Sports Orbit. I remain your host, Afa Chuan. It's goodbye and happy weekend.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.